Well, it's been a few days since I wrecked my splitter, and I can say now that we've got a pretty good plan to get it fixed up. Honestly, it actually fared pretty well considering that it, cartwheeled on the pavement at highway speed, or at least on back row speed. I was going about 45 miles an hour. And there's some things that we need to replace on it. There's some welding and fabrication work that needs to happen on it. And I'll give you guys a more thorough update in another video on everything that we're doing with the splitter in order to get it operational again. But today, that means I'm out here and I'm not splitting wood. So there's a few things firewood related that I can get into, and a couple things that I've been wanting to do for a little while now that I can now bump up the priority list since I'm not splitting anything. So let me go out first. We're going to check the kiln. We'll check the moisture on the wood that's in there, and if it is all dry, we're going to rotate that inventory, and then we'll get into a couple other things. We have had some amazing weather here the last couple days. It's lows in the 50s overnight, highs in the 70s during the day, which in Virginia for August, that is just phenomenal. Usually it is just unpleasant and humid as anything. So this has been a treat. Temperatures are going back up starting today and into the following week, but it has been lovely. Perfect wood splitting weather, but I don't have my splitter. What I thought I would do is just grab a few pieces out of here and see if we can get a moisture reading on them. Try to find maybe a larger chunk and see what it's reading at. So I grabbed a piece of hickory, 2 pieces of oak, and a piece of cherry out of there. Couldn't find a bigger piece of hickory. We'll see if I can get this small thing split open. Hey, first try. First piece of oak, piece of cherry, and piece of oak. Alright, so a piece of cherry here, 14%. Cherry's good to go. I figured it would be. Got some oak. Eleven, 12%. Not bad. Different piece of oak. 25%, and my piece of hickory, 12%. We are ready to load. So in my experience, yes, I know 25% is not considered seasoned, but that was a larger piece. Most of the pieces in here are smaller. They're all going to be lower than 25%, and the bigger pieces over the course of the next couple months will get to where they need to be. So these are ready. These crates are ready to come out, and I've got some smoking wood in here with 1 crate of cherry. I've got 2 crates of hickory, and then there are 5 crates of just general oak firewood. So we got to swap all this out. It's going to take me a little while. Got to go get the tractor. I've got 8 crates staged out here ready to go back in, and we can fire up the wood stove and get that other stuff drying. I thought the camera was on, but it wasn't. But we've got 8 crates of oak in the kiln now. I'm going to fire up the wood stove, and then we can get moving on some of the seasoned wood, some of the dry wood. And I do have a couple orders I need to fulfill, so I'm going to have to load those up in the truck as well. So the fire's rolling now. We're at 70 degrees in the kiln currently, 10:30 in the morning. I do need to leave early afternoon today, so I'll reload the kiln before I leave, and we'll check on the temperature then. But next, I'm gonna get this order ready for delivery, and then we're gonna do something else. I think we'll probably do some bundles and some smoking wood, and then I'll be out of time. We'll have to head out. So some of the deliveries I do are partial truckloads. And actually the 2 orders I've got to fulfill this afternoon are a 2x4 stack, or about 10 cubic feet of wood, and the other is a 4x4 stack, or about a 1/6 of a cord. So I've got these 1/6 cord bags that I started using, and actually one of the totes when I was unloading it tipped over on accident. It was on the hillside and I was just moving really quick. So we're just going to transfer some of what spilled out of that tote into the 1/6 cord bag, and we'll go load that into the truck. So I figured I'd start off by making a few bundles. So I pulled up a crate of dry oak, and I've got a crate of cherry over here we'll probably do some smoking wood with. And in here I've got, that's 2 stacks of 24, so 48 bundles in here in inventory, and I've got another, only about 10 left back at the house. I've sold out a few this week. I think we did 30 some this week. So trying to keep this inventory up of the bundles. And then on the floor I've got the different bags of smoking woods, and I just have 2 bags of the cherry left. So I'm gonna work on some of that. And up to this point I've only done smoking woods in chunks. But I think I'm gonna start doing some 12-inch sticks as well and bagging that up. So I'll be able to offer more options to people, and hopefully I am able to sell a little bit more by doing that. 12 more bundles added to the inventory. Little less than maybe half of this crate. I really sort through it and choose kind of the best pieces, straightest pieces for the bundles, and everything else is just the bulk wood. I probably could have squeezed another 4 or 5 bundles out of the wood that's in here, but didn't really feel like fighting through it. But we'll load the truck up now, and then we'll probably work on the cherry for a little bit, and then we'll have to get that delivery down the road. So this is the 2x4 stack, or about 10 cubic feet of wood. It's equivalent to about 10 bundles, but it's half the money. $62, $63 is what I sell this for. And since I started doing larger bundle quantities, you know, I offer 12 bundles. I've sold a lot fewer of these. My first year or two selling wood, I sold a lot of this. But at the time, I only offered bundles in like 3-packs. And I figured if anybody was buying more than 3 bundles, they would just want it loose. But turns out that's not really the case. I'm selling a lot more 12-pack of bundles than I am small stacks of wood like this. So that 2x4 stack is $62.99. The 4x4 stack is $118.99. And one of these 2 deliveries got 2 packs of my fire starters, which look like this. And that's an extra $9 each, 18 bucks on that order. One of the orders is a few miles away, so I think it had a $5 delivery fee. The other one was right close to the house, so no delivery fee on that. But that's almost $200 there in that order, and got to take care of a few things while I was out here, and you know, it pays for the gas money back and forth between the farm and the house. So I don't know why I'm walking this way. We're gonna go jump in the truck, drive across the property, reload the firewood kiln with wood in the wood stove, and then I gotta bugger out for today because I gotta get home before my little girl gets home from school. I know I mentioned I was gonna do something with that cherry, didn't get around to it. We'll hit that up next time. Before I open this door, pull out the little app and see what the temperature is in there. Hasn't gone up a huge amount, 81 degrees inside, but the humidity has spiked way up. Putting that wet wood in there With the sun beating down on it, the humidity is up to 66%, which is way higher than the humidity outside here. So we'll crack these vents open a little bit, and that'll let some fresh air in there and let the humidity evacuate just a little bit.